Hello there, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about Arthas Minithil, and his big return in patch 9.2. What's he doing? Why is he there? And does he have a new model yet? So guys, before we jump into all of that, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.2 PTR, any other MMO content, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Right, so yes, Arthas will be returning in patch 9.2. You heard it here first, guys. Not quite the return that we thought, and definitely not a redemption arc. I really hope not. Please, Blizzard, do not do a redemption arc. I beg you, do not redeem Arthas. He's a bastard. Okay, so in this video, we are going to go through all of the appearances and teasers of Arthas in patch 9.2 as of the PTR right now. Obviously, it is early days on the PTR. There could be an entire redemption arc. There could be an entire questline post-raid about Arthas and the Lich King, but that's not in yet. So we have up to chapter 5 of the story, and as of right now in the story, he gets kind of a little bit of an honorable mention. So first, let's take you back to post Castle Nathria and this cinematic called Sylvanas' Choice. Now at the time, we didn't know what this blue, steaming, cold object was. It was speculated to be a couple things, but it seems that it's heavily implied, at least in Zereth Mortis, that it is actually the soul of Arthas. Now this is hinted by Jaina in Zereth Mortis. She encounters Anduin with Kingsmorn, and she says this right after their encounter.
We must find a way to follow them. Jaina, are you all right?
Anduin's blade. I sense something familiar. A presence within it.
Now, obviously, she could be referring to anyone in the entire World of Warcraft sphere that she has encountered in her lifetime that has passed away. However, let me direct you to the Dungeon Journal for patch 9.2 and the Anduin fight from the Sepulchre of the first ones. Now, this fight is pretty intense and it sounds really cool, and the Dungeon Journal currently has the information on the fight. So it comes in 3 stages. You have stage 1, Kingsmorn Hungers, stage 2, Grim Reflections, and then 3, A Moment of Clarity. Now, between these stages, you have an intermission. Now, this is called Remnant of the Fallen King. Yep, Remnant of the Fallen King. And when you click the model of the Fallen King, you get Arthas, you get the Lich King with his Frostmourne and stuff. Now, yeah, pretty interesting, right? And I believe the actual description as well mentions the kind of source of domination being the Fallen King. So it says, upon reaching 100 willpower, Anduin manifests the source of his domination temporarily, allowing players to combat it and benefit from Grasp of Domination. Now this phase actually sounds really cool because he does a lot of the abilities from Icecrown Citadel, like Remorseless Winter and Army of the Dead, and he spawns a bunch of undead things, and it sounds really cool actually. And this happens twice. You have Remnant of the Fallen King, and then you have March of the Damned, which is also another ability which pops up with the second intermission phase. So yeah, pretty interesting. And it has this Grasp of Domination, which says the Remnant's domination over Anduin's soul links them, transferring 150% of the damage taken to Anduin. So you attack the Remnant, and that attacks Anduin, and that's how the boss fight works out. So yeah, that's a pretty dead giveaway that is kind of the blue shining thing that they put into Kingsmorn is the Remnant of the Fallen King, which is the source of domination on Anduin, which looks like it's going to be the Lich King or Arthas. Is it the same thing? I don't really know. I think it's Arthas because Jaina said that it felt familiar. I'm not really sure. I'm sure some lore buffs can correct me on that and get really angry at me. So yeah, that's what's happening in the boss fight. So that's kind of the big thing of patch 9.2, and that's kind of the big return. You're going to see that again. You're going to see this model once again during the boss fight of the Sepulchre of the first ones. Now, there is one more appearance of Arthas in patch 9.2, and this is in the form of a in-game cutscene. Now, not to give too much away of the story leading up to this or after this, but essentially Sylvanas is showing us what happened to her when she was killed by Frostmourne, so this is how it plays out in-game.
We are more than slaves to our torments. I don't remember the exact moment I wrested control. I do remember the rush of freedom, the clarity of purpose. When I loosed my arrow, I sought to become his judge and his executioner. I thought that if I could punish him for his crimes, I would be absolved of mine. Forgiven for the atrocities he forced me to commit against my own people. But there would be no justice that day. For anyone. That is yet to come.
Now, I like it a lot. I think it's cool, and it's really nice to go back to those kind of points in time. It's just so jarring seeing that old Arthas model still. It's so bad. Like, that model was created in, what, 2008, right? And the face is so bad. I actually think the Lich King model is fine still with the helmet and everything like that, but I think without the helm, it just looks so awful. And I really do hope that when the patch launches, Blizzard surprise us with a brand new Arthas model with all the bells and whistles and looks so crisp in HD with kind of the design that they use on characters now. I mean, like Thrall, for example, has had 6 new models over the time he's been in World of Warcraft, with 2 in Shadowlands. And let's not talk about how many models Sylvanas has had, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like people would appreciate it so much to have a brand new Arthas model, even if he's not used that much. I think just the kind of weight of the character is important to have a really good looking model for flashbacks and just future things, because he's an integral part of World of Warcraft and World of Warcraft lore. So yeah, that's kind of it so far. That's kind of all the appearances of Arthas in patch 9.2. As I said, we are kind of early in the PTR cycle, so we probably will see him again. I feel like there might be a little bit of a post-raid storyline talking about Kingsmourn and talking about how Kingsmourn was made and Arthas' soul and what to do with it. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a story to be told there, and I hope it's not tested on the PTR. I hope anything like that is kind of shown after the fact when the patch is actually out, because yeah, having too much spoilery stuff on the PTR does kind of suck sometimes. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Do let me know what you think of these kind of like tidbits and cameos of Arthas in patch 9.2. It is great to see him back, but as I said, I would love a new model, and hopefully they don't do too much with him, you know? Like, I think his story arc was very, very poetic, and I think it was good, and I think they actually ended it super nice. So yeah, don't mess around with it too much is kind of my advice. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome, and if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members, and as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. We've been playing the 9.2 PTR a ton, having a lot of fun in Zereth Mortis and exploring and seeing what's going on. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.